Hello, welcome back to Gungeon. I pressed record really quickly so that Hugh's Hello YouTube got in time without having him having to make him spend more bits. It got in time. I'm pretty sure it did. Anyway, I'm back. My internet is now, touch wood, stable, so I can record some more Gungeon, which is just as well because I was running out. This is also the first time I'm playing it since they revealed their Payday 2 collaboration. For whatever reason, they decided to do a Payday 2 collaboration. So there's some new items. Some new room mechanics, I believe. I didn't read the notes thoroughly because I want to be surprised. But I'm familiar with Payday 2, obviously, because I played it. Thank you, Evil Rude Dog, for 15 months in a row. I found a great daycare centre for our baby. It's the dumpster behind McDonald's. That's not a good place because that's where McDonald's source most of their things. Thank you again, Hugh. More bits for Gungeon. You didn't have to do that. I got you in time. It's fine. Is there room for Tekken 7 in there? Don't let CR hear you say that. It will hurt him deeply. So no, yeah, we might run across some new Payday items. I imagine they might be weighted a little bit heavily for now. We'll see. And also, as of yet, because of the persistent internet issues and the general level of background annoyance that caused, I haven't done the how do people want to say Enter the Gungeon? I know that's what the game's called, but I'm wanting to say Inside Baseball. I haven't done the Inside Baseball yet. Going over like the viewer survey I did. It'll probably be up. Oh, it might be up on YouTube before this episode airs. I would imagine, if not, then definitely before the next episode we're recording tonight. Because I am kind of prioritising it to get it up quicker. But I didn't want to record it while also very annoyed with my ISP. Even more so today, because they actually called me back again today, although yesterday I hung up on them, but I did say, just close the fault, do whatever, I don't care, and then hung up. But they phoned back again today because I guess me telling them to do that wasn't enough. So, you know, another random person from India, again, who can barely speak English, called up to say, oh, we've decided to give you compensation and we have the figure here. We agreed to give you £10. Is that acceptable? And I said, no, that's not acceptable, again. And also, if you aren't following me on Twitter, their first compensation offer was £8. I said it wasn't acceptable, so they went up to 10. And I guess because I hung up on them, they couldn't close the fault. I was very annoyed that they'd bothered to waste my time again, but I didn't take it out on the guy. One, because he barely spoke English, so what would be the point? Two, it's not his fault. He's just a lackey. And having worked in retail is not okay to make a low-tier worker's day worse if you're mad at the company. So anyway, I said fine, give me the shitty I didn't swear, but give me the shitty compensation. And also thank you, Eon Kitty Hawk, for 15 months in a row. Still worth it. Hope you're enjoying the new house. Other than the internet issues and my bath breaking, yes. Did they offer you 12? No, I accepted the 10. But in talking to this other guy, like, he said, is this acceptable? And then I said no. And then I said, I know you're going to tell me, because they follow a script because they can barely speak English, that you're going to tell me that it's calculated automatically, it's nothing to do with you. And I said, I know that. And then he actually gave away a bit more information than I thought he maybe is supposed to. And he said, well, it's based on the length of time the fault has been open. Now, I've been having problems with my internet since the start of September. Or, well, like the second week of September. Going into the tail end of that. And over that time, I've had 3 BT technicians out. I've spoken to customer services maybe like 4 or 5 times at least, not counting these last 2 calls. And over that time, I've had numerous faults opened and closed. But they're giving me compensation based purely on the final one, which is the one that seems to have actually finally fixed the problem, which was changing me to a new line. So that's why the compensation amount is low, because it's a fault that has been only open for 4 days, I believe they said. Even though I've been having problems and have been reporting problems for a month. And that, it was like a moment of clarity. That's why, like, I'd already noticed from previous conversations with customer help that part of their script is they're always kind of, they either assume or pressure you to close the fault. Like, because when I was getting the engineers to visit, they kept on saying, okay, so I'm going to close the fault for you now, the engineer will come and sort your problem. The reason they do that is because that's how compensation is worked out. So they want the fault closed as soon as possible. I thought maybe it was just the people in India being lazy and wanting to move to the next call, but no, they're trained to do that. So that if eventually BT has to pay out compensation, it's as low as possible. And that is just another layer of how scummy and terrible a company they are. And I'd heard they were bad, but at my old place I'd never had any issues with them, and I realised solemnly that that's because I never had to fucking call them. In dealing with them firsthand, I saw not even just how incompetent they are, but how shady and shitty they are. Like, they actually try and con you. And it was a moment of growing up for me. It's like, oh, I'm being conned. I fell for it. And I felt bad. It's like I've been duped. And thank you for giving me a second to pull myself away from that. Paladin Soldier, I think. Thank you for the subscription. So yeah, I'm unfortunately I have over instantly, as I told again the poor sod who probably didn't understand. Oh, hello, hang on, we've got a lot to do here. Okay. So I assume to get the Payday 2 stuff started you have to steal then, because you can't afford to buy that. So we need an item that can steal. These don't let me steal. Might buy the unicorn horn just because I think it's funny, even though it's not a good item because it's bad ammo, but Gunslinger's Ashes is much better. I don't remember what the brooch does. I think... Pardon me, sorry, I had a late dinner. Which we'll go into from another point later. We'll look at that afterwards. I have enough keys to open this, but I'm just going to clear the floor because I'm mid to rant. So, what was I saying? Damn, I forgot. Talking about the compensation, I'm catching myself up with the conversation, with the call I had with the guy. No, don't distract me, I was just on the verge of remembering what I was saying. Thank you, Serenity Moon, though, for 15 months in a row as well. I'll read your message once this room is ended. Oh, right, I remember what I was going to say now as well. I looked around for other providers because like I told the guy, it's like, okay, I'm not going to be your customer anymore. As soon as I can get out of your contract, I'm going to someone else. And on that note, how many onions did we send BT? 200 slightly rotten onions seems like an adequate compensation for your frustration. Moderately. So I looked around. There are other providers I can get, but they all use the BT line. Now, granted, I'd get the satisfaction of my money not going to BT, which is very, you know, something high on my priorities. I don't want them to have as much of my money as possible. But it's still the same line. It's still going to have the same intermittent issue where something just around this house causes electrical interference every so often. So I looked into the only other that I know of provider in the UK that actually puts down their own lines, and that's Virgin. They use BT lines, but they also do their own super fast lines that are much better than the BT ones. Still too rural for them to do this area, but I registered my interest, and you know, maybe by the time my contract with BT runs out in a year, they'll come to this area. I sincerely hope they have. If they haven't by that time, I still might change to Virgin, but just use the BT line. Anything basically to make sure that BT isn't getting my money. Alright, well that was a waste of a key. Open another one. BT is the European version of Comcast. Well, BT is consistently rated the worst internet provider. I don't want Casey either because I'm going to spend money on cursed items. That's unfortunate. Because I don't want to build up the curse. This is a very lackluster first floor. So basically, I'm stuck in the contract, and if I try and leave the contract early, they charge you a set amount for every month that was remaining on your contract. It's not as much as the month would cost normally, but it's still enough that I'd rather wait and see if Virgin puts down lines here. I'm going to have to buy Gunslinger's Ashes, aren't I? Because it's not going to be as good. Yeah. Might still be able to afford that depending on how it goes. Because I need a gun for the boss. That isn't the shotgun or the pistol. Yeah, we're good for the boss. And as I say, at my old place I had no issues with BT, but I realised, well, that's because I never actually had to really contact them. And I really regret the docket I set for the stream last night. I set it in advance. I knew that's what I wanted to do prior to the compensation call, because I was sure that at least I'd get the month of bad internet cost back. Like, that's the least I thought they would give me. And then I get that call where he's like, he took a little second to, I'm just looking at your file here to see how much compensation you get. I see here that you're going to be allowed £8 compensation. Is that acceptable? And I guess that was the English he assumed was correct, because he always said, is that acceptable? Rather than like, is that okay, etc. My god, did that put me in a foul mood, and yet I still decided it would be a good idea to play Cuphead in Overwatch. Which was a mistake. Crescent Cross, oh, the moonshot that you can kind of charge up. Not bad. We must have got a gold shell case in there, because I have a lot of shells. Did you contract rabies? Hang on, who in chat has rabies? This is a bad decision, don't do what I do. I just like this gun. And I'm going to use it. I should probably save it for the second floor boss, whether I get hit or not. Yeah, yeah. I also forgot to use my Molotov because I'm too busy talking. So yeah, I would say I usually like rate my own performance after a stream. I think yesterday was like a solid 3 or 4 out of 10. I'm not going to bother putting across the YouTube part, the Overwatch part to YouTube. I'm sure I'll get a lot of flack in the comments for getting annoyed at Cuphead, although I think my criticisms were fair. I am aware that people want me to complain less, even if it is constructive. Although for a game like Cuphead where you're doing the same fight over and over for like 20-30 minutes, you've got to talk about something. It's better than shouting and swearing at the game. That's the opinion I've taken when kind of playing those sorts of things. Oh, you're talking about the shots you have to take. You should have just said yes that you have rabies. See how they react. So anyway, I guess I'm kind of apologising for the stream I did last night. Oh, that's a charmed... whatchamacallit? One of them. I'm gonna need a better gun for you. Also, you're very fast. Holy hell. Oh, that's good. Just walk into me and deal damage. Incidentally, oh, this will be way too late by the time it goes up on YouTube, but my general, not complaint, just observation about Cuphead is that it suffers in the mid to late game by the addition of RNG in the form of platforms that have no set pattern. It's a very rewarding game in the sense that you learn bosses' patterns, then you kill them because you've mastered the patterns. That's harder when there's a random element that you can't predict. It's not that it's bad design, it's just it kind of breaks the formula that I was enjoying about it prior to that. Although I guess I could argue that it would be bad design. I thought the whole point of it was like master the bosses and then murderize them. Because it feels like sometimes the platforms just aren't in your favour at that particular moment. But hopefully that was just like 2 anomalies and the rest of the game isn't like that. I don't know yet. So why am I using this? I should be using the pistol again. I switched it for the jammed enemy. Don't apologise, we got to see Spoopy Ike involved. Well, one side of it very, very briefly. I do also maintain that I had some real bad teammates last night. But the rubber banding thing in Overwatch was also not helping the mood after talking to BTE's IT department. So it was a collection of just things to be annoying. Like, oh hey, now you're playing Overwatch. By the way, you've got random rubber banding now for no reason. On that note, I did like scan the files and repair, and it downloaded some more, and I also cleared my DNS rather, not DNA. So hopefully next time I play it, it'll be gone, but who knows? Think about that. Need to pray to RNGesus more? No, that gives him power over you. And that will not do. Oh, to go back to a previous subject, to stop again talking about my horrible ISP, because it's very cliche to complain about your ISP, isn't it? Because they're all terrible in one way or another. Just this particular situation. It really grinded my gears. I'm not a gene stealer. That sounds like heresy to me. Ooh, a jammed bullet bill. I knew when I was picking up too many cursed items that I was making a mistake. I knew it, and I still did it. Oh, oh, oh. Burn! Did I get away with that without getting damaged? Holy hell. So yeah, I was almost late to the stream, and that's because, well, two reasons. One, I was just having a very quick microwaved dinner, so I thought, I've got plenty of time. So I decided to sit down and read another chapter of It, because I'm reading through it right now. And I guess I'm into the book, because I lost track of time and I looked at the clock and it was 5:45. Like, oh, where'd the time go? And yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday when I was playing Divinity with Valinor, I wanted to bring up a question that I had about It, based on the point at which I was up to in the book. And I still want to bring it up, and I feel like I do want to talk about it here. So if you care about the spoilers of a new horror film that's out, because I believe it is in the film as well, maybe not like word for word or action for action. I have problems with a scene in the book, and I want to talk about it, and I want people who've read it to explain it to me. I have a feeling the answer might just be Stephen King was on cocaine, but I have to ask because I want to know. It doesn't always smell fishy. So if you do at all care about spoilers of what's in the new It remake, like, don't listen for a couple of minutes. So I'm about, like, just over 1/3 through the book, and it's the chapter where Stuttering Bill and Richie, I'm surprised he didn't die. Like, Bill decides he's stolen a pistol from his dad and he wants to go kill It. And Richie just goes, this is going to be in the shop all the time now. And Richie goes with him to kill It, because they aren't sure that it's a monster, they think it's a serial killer in a clown suit. So they've got a gun, they think, well, bullets kill people, so we'll go kill him. So they go to where, what's his name, saw It in the form of a leper that offered him blowjobs. And they go there, and they run into It, and despite the fact that it's Bill who goes down to where the leper was first, It, for whatever reason, decides to become what Richie is scared of, which is Wolfman. And there's I have a lot of questions about this. One, if Bill went in first, why didn't Pennywise take the form of his dead kid brother? Because that's what he's done multiple times prior. Two, if he's taking the form of Wolfman, why, when they're running away on the bike from It, when the bullets don't work... Oh, hello, Link. Like, it specifically says that Bill looks back, and both of them look back. One of them sees Wolfman chasing after them. One of them sees the clown wearing a football jersey, because the werewolf was wearing a football jersey. So my question is, one, why did It focus on the second person to enter the house, not the first? Hang on, wait till this room finishes. Two, why didn't the bullets work if Bill believed they worked? Because the whole thing is about belief conquering fears. So if he believed the bullets would kill It, and especially based on what they do to him later on in the book, without going into like endgame spoilers, why didn't the bullets work? And if you're going to say, well, the bullets didn't work because they weren't silver, because at that point in time he was obeying werewolf rules, Bill wasn't seeing him as a werewolf. So they should have worked. And I think, if I remember rightly, like the final bullet he fires, it does briefly wound him, but they should have done more than that, because he believed in that moment that he was shooting a man in a clown suit. Poor continuity. That's not an acceptable excuse. I want a better excuse. Like, I think within the context of the book, the reason that it's the Wolfman and not like just the clown, or the clown looking like Georgie, is because Stephen King wanted it to be a monster mash, so he just like, here's where a wolfman will be instead of a mummy or a giant bird or whatever else he pretends to be. Probably because the fear of the monster made him not work. But that's the thing, in that scene, Bill isn't scared of him. He actually like shouts at him, "This is for killing my fucking brother," or something like that, and starts shooting him. Like, he has absolutely no fear of it. That's also possibly why he latches on to what Richie is scared of, but that's all the more reason why Bill should be able to hurt it. Oh, I forgot to roll. Embrace the rainbow. Oh, I messed that up. What book am I talking about? I'm talking about It. Goodbye. It's more of a power thing? No, but that's not it though, because in a later scene when the Stanley, when he's about to get killed by it, he just starts shouting out bird names, and that makes it weaker. Like, it's because he's no longer concentrating on his fear, I guess. But that, my whole point is, Bill's not scared of him at that point. So Bill has more power over it than it has over him. One kid isn't enough. No, but that's not true. There's multiple scenes in the book where one kid is enough. Oh, hello there. Let's use... I know there's a gun muncher. Actually, I could get rid of Alien Engine and the sawn off just to try for something. Why not? Like, I'm trying to remember more examples, but like the most recent one, that was the chapter I just finished reading before the stream started, where I think it was Stanley is about to get killed by zombies or whatever they were meant to be. The, you know, down here we all float, etc. And he just starts shouting out bird names, and that makes it lose power. And that was just a one-on-one confrontation. I think it's confirmed then that Stephen King was on cocaine and just had a brain fart. Oh, that's the other example, actually. Yeah, when it is the big bird scaring... I've forgotten the kid's name. Well, whichever one. The first one to actually wound him is the one where it's taken the form of a giant bird and he's just like hawking tiles at it. Like, he starts to believe that the tiles should be wounding it, and he's by himself, and it's a one-on-one confrontation, but he believes hard enough that one tile he chucks blows off half of its face. And there was no one else involved in that. That was literally a one-on-one confrontation. But I guess you could argue that, like, some kids' willpower is stronger than others, some people give in to their fears quicker than others. Did I not grab half a heart? It's fine. I'm too busy talking, that's why. Bill's power was cancelled by Richie's fear? Possibly, yeah. I can accept that, I guess, as a plausible potential excuse. Although Richie runs away straight away, he doesn't, like, stare and get more scared, he just tries to leave. Because it was feeding off Richie, that's why the bullets didn't work. Except the one that kind of almost did. But actually, I can't remember now if Richie saw the gunfire happening and started to believe as well. Maybe that did happen and I'm just misremembering. The biggest gripe with the scene though is Bill went in first, so it should have been his fear. But I understand that he just wanted an excuse to write a scene with a wolfman chasing people. What would Pennywise turn into if you're scared of heights? Actually, I was thinking a similar thing while I was reading. It was like, what would I be scared of? How could Pennywise disguise himself as, like, mortgage debt? Oh, the terrible lack of a dodge. You give me your best impersonation of mortgage debt, clown. Also, if someone had seen him when he was in the form of the giant bird, what the hell would they see? Would they see a clown flapping his hands? Richie is the second most cowardly after Stan. So they're saying like if you do it kind of like in reverse power order, then with like however strong their fear is, it is stronger and the rules might not apply as strictly. But yeah, okay, I would accept that as a moderate excuse as well. Runs at you as a loan shark. What, you mean Mafia Frog? I mean some other businessman who isn't nearly as legitimate. I really shouldn't be using this to clear this floor, but again, I'm not really paying attention to the run. Oh, I really shouldn't, but I'm going to restore the ammo on Mr. Unicorn Horn of Gloriousness. Must admit, when I started, also, as much as I'm like trying to nitpick this one scene, the book is really good. It's all over the place, but it's really good. I'm enthralled by it, which is why, again, I was almost late, because I lost track of time and hadn't cooked dinner yet. And by cook dinner, I mean put microwavable ribs in the microwave. When I first started reading it, I didn't really expect much. Like, it starts with the iconic scene, the kid in the yellow slicker getting, talking to the clown in the sewer, down here we all float, etc. That was okay. I didn't find it scary, and I felt like the build-up was a bit too long, but I guess that's because you already know what's going to happen. Oh, hello there. Hello there indeed. Let's try and get 3 keys. A failed BT router. So if, like, someone alongside me then would see the clown just clutching the router. That's quite amusing. Hello, Rave. I'm talking about It, not the movie, the book. Although from what I hear, other than adding a bunch of pointless jump scares, the new movie is very good. I might watch it, but I don't like jump scares. And the one review of it I watched said, like, they do the kids' stuff, like all that storyline fantastically, but then the clown stuff is just constant, super loud music, like, you're supposed to be scared now moments. Can get that to thank you, Natsimujin, for 14 months in a row. Do you want a balloon? It floats. Down here we all float. Oh, I really hope Ben's encounter with It, like the one-on-one encounter, is untouched in the film, because that was really good. Loot bag. Okay. 1 key. Hopefully we'll get one from the boss. Because I found that super creepy. Not the, like, oh, Ben's scared of the mummy, because that doesn't really play into the scene at all. It's the fact that he sees a clown walking towards him across the ice, and the clown casts no shadow, and the balloons cast no shadow, and they don't blow in the wind. Like, that was creepy. That was a well done scene. And the only reason he doesn't get caught is a alarm in the distance goes off and startles the clown. And I imagine if that's done... See, that's what I worry about. I bet in the movie that is there, but it's like, it's done to like a sudden sting of music and shock when he looks up. Oh, this is not a good enemy to be... I don't know if firing it like this is better or worse. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Frog Lawyer. Also, I probably shouldn't talk about like more scenes. Because I was going to say, like, most of you probably saw the original made-for-TV movie. Most of you are probably not old enough to have seen it, other than, like, clips of Tim Curry doing funny stuff. For the record, I'm barely old enough, and I don't remember it that well. I also only remember scenes with Tim Curry, because he's excellent as Pennywise. Also, why have I not been using my spacebar item? I totally forgot I don't have Molotov anymore. It's one of those runs where the run is secondary to me blathering. Tim Curry is excellent, full stop. I agree. Ooh. The look of the clown is definitely a lot more creepy in this new one. Like the version of it, the book that I got, it's still like the original Stephen King cut, but they updated the cover, so it's the movie poster for the new version. And yeah, they made the clown rather look creepier, that's for sure. The the Tim Curry clown, except when he was actually in monster form, looked just like a guy in a clown suit, because that's what it was. It was more authentic, but at the same time it wasn't scary. Still, then he grew his like demon teeth and whatnot, and I think he looked pretty scary. I'm curious if they do make another It movie, as in like another new one, because I know this new one only does the kids portion. I'm curious how they will do certain scenes from the adult stuff, because the first kill in the adult timeline has a lot of language that I don't think is acceptable anymore, because it involves the death of a gay couple, or one half of a gay couple, and it's set in well, that part is set in the 80s. But it still has a lot of bad words for gay people that I'm not sure they would want on camera. Like the time period for the kids set in the 50s, that has like adorable, like not used words anymore for gay people that isn't offensive, it just comes across as silly. Tim Curry has a fear of clowns, and part of his agreement to be Pennywise was that mirrors cannot be anywhere near him. Nice! What are we talking about now? Billy Bones? Blind Pete? I don't remember that scene. I may not have got to it yet. The one I'm talking about is Adrian, I think is the guy's name. It involves the bridge with all the balloons. Without going into too much detail in case I'm spoiling a film that isn't out yet. Oh well, that's just blown up. Because I assume if it has done fantastically, they'll do the adult half. Although for the record, the book bounces back and forwards between adults and children constantly. As they kind of start regaining their memories about what they did as kids. He nearly had the makeup artist fired for almost showing him. That's a bit far. Still, I guess if you have a fear of clowns. Why did they accept the role? Tim, we've got a great job for you. You play a monster that kills kids. Alright, I'm all for it. By the way, it's a clown. I guess they paid a lot of... Well, they kind of paid a lot of money. It was for TV. It was a for TV movie. Maybe he's just a fan of Stephen King and wanted to be part of it. Oh, hello there. Spent one blank to get two blanks. Good deal. Money, it's always money. Let me live a life in which I believe that Tim Curry has integrity because I like him. Alright, we have to get a key from the boss or I can't buy infinite keys, unfortunately. Also, we're a bit low on health because I've been getting a lot of jammed enemies, so who knows where this is going to go. Where are you going? What happened to my rainbow? Oh. Could you stop doing that, please? Oh, I knew that was going to catch me because it always catches me. Why do I have two rainbows? What the hell? What's going on? Why is my rainbow a letter Y? Drop one key, please. You did not drop one key. You suck. Alright, well, unfortunately I can't get unlimited keys. Yeah, did I pick up a passive and I just kind of blanked over it because I was talking? Why did my rainbow split there? It's when I got hit, so it was the damage up, I guess. I don't really like the Brick of Cash. I'll buy the ballot though, for coolness up. Ugh. Really bad items from like the direct route. The rainbow power is strong in this one. I don't want that. I guess I'll buy a heart because I've been getting hit a lot. My mum was not happy with my older brother watching it while me and my sister were in the room. Your sister is frightened of clowns. Yeah, not a good movie to watch if you're scared of clowns. Well, the TV movie, again, is not dated very well. So I think you're probably fine with that. Yeah, we'll keep on using the Colt. Sometimes when you pee in the morning, that happens. I mean, it's true, but we shouldn't talk about that with ladies present. Where's that summoner hiding? I keep on forgetting this isn't the SAA, so I can't just randomly shoot at walls and still hit things. Oh, hello there. Where did you two come from? I got stuck in the corner. I see they still haven't patched that. I really don't want to... Why didn't you use your spacebar item? Good question. That wasn't a dick joke, no. For any of you who've seen the new It movie, is it true that like all the parts with Pennywise are just like jump scare? Because that disappoints me greatly. Because the book is not jump scares; it's like slow, tense build up to something horrible happening to a kid. And it's done with tact, except the well-known gangbang towards the end. But still, the horror bits are not instant usually. I know that you can't translate it one-to-one. And the odd jump scare is acceptable, but lots can be said for like silence and creepiness as opposed to sudden loud noise plus jump scare. That doesn't stick with you after it's gone, really. Not true, there's only one proper jump scare. Well, that flies in the face of the review I watched, where the only criticism they had was the jump scare stuff. They said the storylines for all the kids were done fantastically. Define proper. Any jump scare is a jump scare. Whether or not it works on you is irrelevant. Because if you expect them, then fine. Like the specific example they gave in the review was the bit with Beverly and the blood coming out of the sink. That's in the chapter I just finished reading. Like, that's just a little bit of blood, and the whole point of that scene is, well, one, Beverly gets introduced to it, but two, it shows you how parents deal with it doing things. And it's just a little bit of blood, and then all the kids come and help her clean it up because the parents can't see it. And apparently in the movie, it's like blood is like literally filling the walls, so it makes no damn sense. And it would take them like 2 weeks to get it properly cleaned. The whole room turns red. That's not the point of the scene. The point of the scene actually is like threefold. One, Beverly gets scared. Two, it threatens her and the rest of the kids. And three, you see how adults don't see what it is doing. The point of the scene is not the room fills with blood. Also, the point of the scene is to show how much of a prick her father is, but that's another story. Hello and goodbye, Fanvalidate. Did I miss that? Oh yes, there we are. I knew it was there somewhere, I just had to look. Get watered on. Is this doing like 3 damage a tick or something? and never use this. We're gonna now though, because again, I'm just talking about a book I like so far, and I sincerely hope I like it as much by the time I get to the end, which will probably take like 3 weeks because it's 5 billion pages long. But if the movie isn't all super duper jump scares, I might go watch it eventually. I'm in no rush. I'd like to finish reading the book first. We should leave that for now. One scene set up to startle you and make you jump, and it did. Did they also add way too much blood when Bill is looking at Georgie's photo in the photo album? Like, instead of just a little bit of blood trickling out, is it the room fills with blood? Because that is trying too hard. Oh. I knew it. I could tell the way that was going. Their shots intertwined precisely. Definitely finish the book first, not in the movie. Wait, that scene wasn't in the movie at all. It is. I thought I saw it in the trailer. Well, actually, there's multiple parts with the photo album doing weird stuff. I'm talking about the very first time. You just stay over there and get watered to death in 10 years. This is like the anti-them. There was no subtlety with the blood. That's disappointing. But I don't think subtle horror movies work anymore. That's the thing. So I understand why they can't do it. Still a shame, though. You know, with the paranormal movies and whatnot, they are just like jump scare simulators. Like horror movies today are like going on a roller coaster. You're not in it for the story, so they're not going to stick with you. I really don't know what I want to use right now. Bundle of Ones maybe seems too good for this floor, but... Did I like Muppet Treasure Island? I don't remember that one very well. I just know that like Tim Curry was in it as the villain. He's good in everything he's done. So horror movies don't work anymore because creators have no idea how to make them. Well, what about the Vitch? The Vivivitch? You know, witch spelt with a V. I thought that was subtle. Or, I haven't seen it, but I heard it was largely subtle. I really should be using my blanks. I have lots of those. Yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol is one of the best movies ever. Watch it every Christmas, I command it. After I finish reading it in 20 years, because it is huge. I also got The Shining to read that. Again, I've only ever seen the movie, so I'd like to read the source material. Saw the actor who's the new Pennywise on a talk show. He said the very first scene he did with a kid is him screaming and drooling all over some little boy. He was legit concerned. He was traumatizing the kid. Once the scene finished, the kid goes, "I love what you're doing with the character. Great stuff." Nice. Okay, we have one key on the floor, but I still haven't found the shop. And we definitely want to open up the red chest first, obviously. Don't you mean shinning? Yes, sorry, shinning. Wait, have I? No, the shop is over here. That's probably the wall. Shh, you don't want to get sued, do you? Yeah, get chickened, jammed enemy. Jammed summoner. I turned him into a jammed chicken. He is a really angry chicken. He wasn't jammed prior to the chicken happening either. Ooh, now where do you use that? I think you use it on the cult. Will try to earn chemical? Yes, chemically rather. Alright, I think I'm done talking about it, although I might end up talking about it more once I read some more of it. I heartily recommend the book. I don't know about the movie. Look up like a super cut of all Tim Curry's scenes from the original if you like on YouTube. Thank you, Poppy, for the bits. Chicken, it's what for dinner. It's what's for dinner, rather. You just win at PUBG or something? No, I still have the unicorn horn. It's got ammo. I picked up ammo after the tank. Didn't I? Yeah. I don't think the unicorn horn is the best bet for the wall because you have to dodge too much. Ugh. I don't even remember what that does and I don't care. Because it's an amulet, and amulets are bad. Alright, that's... What's my best bet if it is the wall? I probably, like, 90% sure it's the walls. So, Gunslinger's Ashes then? Because then I can focus on dodging. Oh, they get sucked in by the singularity though. We'll try it and see. The Nura is creepy. Yeah, but we're talking about that. I'm interested. The remake of it that just came out is purely the kids portion. I was interested because I'm curious if it was all just jump scares, and I had mixed messages regarding that. I'll probably eventually see it, but I'm in no rush. And I will finish the book first, as was suggested to me. Alright, that's the Chaos Amulet. And as I expected, I probably shouldn't use this when that's happening, but... Thought I mistimed that jump there. They're not really doing as much damage as I was expecting. I underestimated their power. Terrible dodge I got away with somehow. There we go. I haven't seen it pop up yet, unless Reinhardt said something during that fight and I just tuned it out. Thank you, Jim Bob Certain, for 8 months in a row though, almost Twitch baby time.
It was worth it!
Vorpal gun, epilepsy warning, etc. sometimes. There we go. Oh yeah, I know that Dark Tower is another one of Stephen King's magnum opuses. I don't know anything about it. What is... I know that it was recently made into a movie and the movie is considered exceptionally bad. I have no idea what the premise of Dark Tower is though. So can someone give me like the TLDR without spoilers? Because that might be another book I go after I finish The Shining. By which I mean The Shinning. Not forgetting anything, am I? Well, I didn't look for a secret room, but I'd rather... Well, I've already used enough blanks. Yeah, okay, I'll try again. The Dark Tower series is good but trippy. Is it another case of Cocaine was his co-writer? Should have used it in the final room here, maybe. Oh well. It's about a Dark Tower. Dark Tower's post-apocalyptic Holy Grail quest? Alright. How does it compare to it and Orb of Shining if I end up liking both those a lot? Because presumably it's still horror, right? It's not just adventure. You'd think with higher coolness this would be triggering the effect more often. Can't believe I didn't stop him. Banner hit the nail on the head. Okay. I was below that. I shake my fist at you. Ah! The bloody triggering of the effect made me get hit. I should use the purple gun, but it's going to get me in trouble. It already has. Alright, yeah. Goodbye, Volpro Gun. We will use you. Stephen King, The Literary Universe. It's very different. I don't know, I'm on a kick right now to just read more, so I spend a little bit more time away from the PC, especially on days off and stuff. Also, did my Streamlabs just crash? That might be why it was delayed a second ago. That caught my attention. Arg. Yeah, I think Streamlabs just crashed. That was the only thing that crashed, right? Oh, there we go, it's back. See, I don't know if I'm in the mood for like good horror or just like creepy stuff. I wouldn't mind like more stuff like the Disaster Artist too. I really hate Thor hammers. We might end up dying if I don't find the forge soon. Nip. Oh, you're still alive. How about Treasure Island? I don't like pirates. I don't like pirates and I don't like cowboys. I could read the entire literary works of Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, I could. Could also just like get a gun and shoot myself too, though. Okay, we need 48. I might live till that, might not. It'll be a while since we've lost a run, so it might be coming. In fact, on that note, is there a better gun I could be using to try and live long enough? The ones maybe to turn things into chickens. H.P. Lovecraft? No, I don't like the underlying racism. Wait, was it? It was him that was racist, right? He was pro-segregation. I have extra coolness. You could drop a heart or two. Thing is, I want something I can get my teeth stuck into. Obviously, it is very on the long side, but it's also a good story with good characters. That's what I'm looking for. How much was it for the heart? It was 40 or 48? Nope. So far, so good. Lovecraft was racist, but he was a good writer. Is that kind of like a Hulk Hogan situation where he is a bad thing, but he also did a good thing, so it sort of balances out a little bit? Get chickened. Death to Thor Hammer. Ugh. Also get chickened. That is enough. We can go get some health. If anyone does any bits or anything and no alert pops up and I don't notice, tell me, because I think Streamlabs is having some issues. Yep, it's reloading itself again. Stephen King's Nightmares and Dreamscapes, I'm almost certain that's one of the books I read as a kid. Because that's the really thick collection of short stories mostly, right? Do you just go for dragon? It's an excuse to use unicorn horn. Yeah, why not? Win or lose, die to the boss. Thank you, test bits.
Ooh.
It's reloaded itself twice, but it's fine at the moment. This does not do enough damage for the fact you also can't dodge roll while using it. Oh god, it makes it go weird. This isn't why I took this weapon. power of rainbows compels you.
Oh.
My rainbow power ran out just as he's doing his annoying attack. Quick, suck them up. Ah, that one didn't get sucked up. Why didn't this one get sucked up? He was mid-throw as well. Wait, that one's still alive. He's stuck off screen. I can't quite see him. I think I got him. All I did was change the trajectory. He still got stuck in the wall. But he's only half dead. Well, yes, we didn't get any helpful passives, so it doesn't really surprise me. Oh, hey! I successfully destroyed his other knife. My, what giant fire breath you have. Can you please go to second form now, please? Thank you ever so much. What's that? You can't because I'm not doing any damage to you? That's a good reason you've got there. I can't really argue against it, in fact. Have you read the literary works of Stephen King? No, I bet the dragon only watches movies. Do you like Rick and Morty? No, they're not intelligent enough. The Night Angel trilogy? If anyone honestly has like really good suggestions for me to look into, I'm not looking for them this second because I have a long ass book to finish reading. But if you leave notes for me on like Twitter or whatnot, I will keep a little note and read into them. If any like catch my eye, I'll look into them. Because as I say, I want to try and get away from the PC on my days off. And in the evenings, if I'm not recording and after stream, just like step away and read for an hour or two. I read a lot more when I was a kid. I read trash. I read point horror when I was a kid. But still, it was something to get me away from playing consoles. I suppose like painting 40k miniatures is like that as well, but sometimes I'm not in the mood to paint. Chris B did the Halo series? What, the Chris B in my chat this second? I actually did read a couple of the Halo books, and I read a couple of Elder Scrolls books as well. And the Mass Effect book, the one that told the story of Anderson and... what was the name of the bad guy in the first one? Saren. It wasn't written very well. It was okay though. Jurassic Park is a good read. Oh yeah, that's another thing, like... movies that are based off of, or successful movies that are based off of original source material. I'd be interested in that too. Also, yeah, I was on half a heart for quite a while and yet managed to pull off a win at least. Not in the mood for painting Heresy. Well, you see, the thing is right now I've got those 3 models I posted on Twitter the other day. They still need basing and I hate basing. So that's what's stopping me getting another project going. Yes, Chris B in chat wrote all the Halo books, that is correct. Also, I didn't follow the chat entirely because I was trying to win the run. Did anyone suggest War and Peace? And if they did, how many times should I ban them? Actually, I'm curious if is there like an autobiography done by a voice actor in television, cartoon, anime, video games yet? Because I'm honestly interested how that industry works behind the scenes. Oh, that reminded me. I've reminded myself of a book I want to read. I want to read the book on game design by Derek Yu, the guy who made Spelunky. Apparently that is a very good read as well. But anyway, I worry that this conversation about books is going to bleed over into the second video. But for the people watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Sorry I didn't see any Payday stuff. I need to find a way to steal from shops to do it. So maybe next time. Until then, ta for now.